Hello everybody and welcome back to the workbench. It's been a little while since I last did a video. I've been doing a lot of modelling over the last few months, but it's mostly doing the weathering and graffiti and sort of repetition of stuff that I've done before, and I haven't really put any videos together. I've got a couple of bits in the pipeline, but they're all sort of work in progress at the moment. So what I thought I'd do, I did a while back a little mini series on my GP15, converting this to the Unfortunatelty number 25. There's parts 1 to 4 obviously deep in the channel, and I'll share those at the end, but I left it at the point where it was all, the conversion was done, and it was just waiting for paint. And this is just a little update that I have kind of been getting on with that over the last few weeks. And it's an update that hasn't quite gone according to plan, though. It's sort of good points and bad points really. I got the paint, the first coat of paint on. I've done the black, done the footboards in grey, and I've got a coat of the red on. Now this is the first locomotive I've painted, so it was for me a bit of experimentation, and this is why you have the feeling you don't ever waste any time in modelling. Everything you do has some value to it. Now with this, I'm not happy with the red, so this is basically going to get dipped and I'm going to repaint it. There's a couple of things I'm not happy with and a couple of things I'm very happy with. I did black, as I say, the footboards painted, and I've got a little red line down the side here, and I'm really happy with how the masking came out on this. If the red had gone and the yellow stripe had gone well, then I'd be absolutely chuffed to bits with this. I'm really happy with the black, really happy with the grey, really happy with the little red line down the side. I wasn't sure that was going to work, and I'm actually quite happy with how the yellow stripes come out. It's a bit thick, a bit deep. I need to go with a narrower bit of masking, I think, and it's not perhaps quite as straight as it needs to be. The yellow, it's not too bad against the red, but the roof will be black, and I think that slight wiggle in the line is going to show up quite badly on that once the black's on there. So, but the main problem is I think I had my paint a little bit too thick for the red and may have sprayed it a bit close, so sorry, a bit too far away, so it's got quite an orange peel finish to it and quite a rough finish. And I have had a go at levelling it out. You know, you can't. I'm going to have to strip it and redo it. The other thing is, I did a bit of pre-shading, but I did a little bit too much. I think where I'd done the grey on the footboards, I let too much of it run up the side. For some reason, I thought, oh, it'd be alright, I'll just paint over it. I haven't done. You can still see it. Probably won't show up on the camera, but when you look at it in natural light, I think it might be showing up actually. The bottom, maybe third of the side of the locomotive, is a little bit darker than the top. Now this has got quite a few coats of red paint on it, and that dark is still showing up. So what I need to do, I'm going to dip the whole thing, start again with the paint. Like I say, you don't waste any time in modelling. I'm so happy with how this masking is done out. I now know that I can do that. I've kind of learnt from this. This is all part of the learning process, isn't it? So I'm reasonably confident that if I redo this, hopefully I can recreate the success I've had around the footboards there. So that's a little update on the GP15. It's going back to the state that it was in on the last video, which is a bit sad, but you know, I think in the long run I'd rather get it right than have it looking less than the quality that I want it to be. On which note, I'm just, as a side note, been working on this GP9 conversion for Unfortunatelty, for Unfortunatelty number 22. This will be its own little video at some point. I've got some still photos. I'll do a stills video, the same as or similar to the one that I did for my ballast topper a while back. And I'm going to apply, or I'm applying some of the learning from the GP15 to this in terms of getting the paint right. I did a pink primer coat for this, for the yellow. Yellow works best on pink as a primer, and I think that should also provide a nice base for the red. So I'm working this in a different order from the order that I did the GP15 in, and we'll see how that turns out. But I say that is going to be the subject of a future video in the not too distant future. I haven't filmed it, it'll just be some stills and I'll do a little talk over it. Okay, so that's where at the moment. I've got some narrow masking tape. It's not Tamiya tape, it's by another company, Hobby 2000. There it is. That's a 0.5mm. I think I used a 1mm to mask. I painted the yellow first, and I think I used a 1mm tape to mask the yellow line across the top there. I've got 0.5mm, which I think will give a much thinner line across there. I know Tamiya tape is widely seen as the best, but I don't know if they do a thinner version. I certainly couldn't find any, so that's the thinnest one that I can find. It's a bit thick. It's kind of got more of a texture of electrical tape, but as I say, I've masked up the some of the yellow striping on the GP9 with it, so we'll see how that pans out. It's actually, with it being a little bit thicker, it's with the thin tape, it's actually easier to get it straight than it was on there. So yeah, hopefully that'll work out. Anyway, that's a little update on that. I'm on my new workbench as well. I might do a little video on that. I've moved into a railway room, so a lot of developments hopefully coming up soon both on the layout and with the modelling. Okay, thanks very much if you've got this far, much appreciated, and I will see you on the next video.